Hello, I'm Benton Johnson. Welcome to TommieMedia's In Depth, where we take a deeper look at campus issues. Nearly a decade ago, St. Thomas joined the American College and University President's Climate Commitment, a coalition of schools pledging to fight climate change. Its initiatives included introducing sustainability courses and increasing research. St. Thomas President Father Dennis Deese signed the agreement in 2008 and set a carbon-neutral target date of 2035. To discuss the school's progress, I'm joined by Colin Brownlow, Director of Environmental Health and Safety. Thanks for joining me.
It's my pleasure.
So, under the agreement, St. Thomas set a carbon-neutral date of 2035. Are we on track to reach this?
I think so. Well, we're into the agreement now by about 8 years. Over that time, we've seen an overall reduction in our carbon emissions of about 25%. So, yeah, we're roughly on track. Having said that, as we get further down the line, it's going to become increasingly difficult to get to wring out the kind of carbon reductions we like. But right now, we're looking pretty good.
Do you think our progress towards this is aggressive enough?
That's an interesting question. I think so, and I think we're going to see in the next few years some very rapid progress. A lot of what we're doing now, we wouldn't have been able to do 8 to 10 years ago. There's a lot that's happened in terms of technology that has just started to come onto the market the last few years, and we've been able just recently to take advantage of that. So I think we've been as aggressive as we can, and I think we're at the point where we're starting to really see the payoff on some of that aggressive spending.
So St. Thomas currently offers more than 50 courses that integrate sustainability. Why is it important to integrate sustainability into a liberal arts education?
I think in part, we're creating the leaders and opinion makers of the future. I hate to say this, but I think particularly in the current climate, you're already seeing adverse impact of sort of very foggy, non-critical thinking in the area of climate science. It's really important that we have well-educated, well-rounding individuals who can speak to the reality, and it is a reality, of climate change, who can think critically and rationally about what we need to do to address climate change. I think it's absolutely crucial that we do this in courses at St. Thomas. I mean, where else are the people who are going to generate the leadership, the ideas around mitigating and hopefully rectifying the issue of global climate change? Where else are they going to come from?
Yeah, so as a Catholic university, what role does St. Thomas play in battling climate change?
Well, it's the obvious one, right? We use, in various forms, we generate carbon emissions, just like any other institution. So the obvious one is, if we can start dramatically reducing our emissions, it'll be a positive benefit to the environment. I think, though, that in our commitment to the common good and our willingness to give witness to that, we serve as a stimulus for the greater society to address climate issues to the extent that we're successful as a large institution. We set an example and we show that it can be done. I was at a meeting very recently with the city of St. Paul. The mayor of St. Paul has just signed on to an agreement with major cities worldwide to try and make the city of St. Paul and the other cities carbon neutral by 2050. We're a major landowner. We're a major building owner and manager, a large institution within the city. To the extent that we're already out ahead of the curve, we're kind of blazing the trail and demonstrating to other large building owners, property developers, and that reduction in carbon emissions is not only possible, but desirable from an operational point of view and from a greater societal point of view.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining me. If you have a comment or have a campus issue that you think we should take a deeper look at, tweet it to @TommieMedia. With Colin Brownlow, I'm Benton Johnson. Thank you for joining us on TommieMedia's In Depth. Tune in next time as we take a look at the campus issues that matter most to you.